Hi. I always feel awkward starting these videos, like hitting record. What's the first phrase? What is the thing that's wanting to be expressed today? But, anyways, as we are rolling, we are looking into shadows today. First of all, I would like to acknowledge the great work that you're doing. Especially if you are willing to look into your shadows and do some shadow work. Amazing. Big step right there. Because most of us don't even dare to look at it. Don't even recognize that we carry a shadow. And by doing so, they are actually ruling our lives. In many degrees, yeah. And I would like to also acknowledge the bravery that it takes, the courage to face it, to see it, because they're not easy to see. They are hidden and well covered. And it calls a shadow unconscious for a reason, you know. So, and perhaps it's not even gonna be accessible for you to see just by looking at yourself. You will perhaps need some reflections from your surroundings in order to really see it, because that's where it plays out. So if you get some honest reflections from your surroundings, please listen. I know I fall into the trap a lot of trying to defend myself when it happens, to fight back, to try to rationalize that's not true, that's not happening, that's not me. Then they don't gotta be talking about me, right? So it's been ah so much shit that I carry, that I throw into the space and on other people. Oh my gosh. Also, so many times that I've abandoned others, and the realization that I just got is that I so often abandon myself. And it's not like a huge new revelation, but it's become evidently more clear how often and how it plays out. Like when I abandon myself, I show the world and I show the surroundings and the people I care about that I'm not to be trusted. They see a person that abandons himself. So why would they trust you with their life, with their deepest cores, their wounds? How can they rely and lean on you when they see you stumbling on yourself, abandoning yourself? So taking power back and honoring the path you're walking, honoring where you are, really recognizing the beauty in who you are at this very moment, realizing that you are worthy and you are beautiful just by being alive. And then to work on this, I would say that you will now listen to yourself and follow through on the things that you say that you are going to do. And don't just throw around words and say something that is not true to your real core essence, like to your heart, which is really important for you. The things that you say should hold ground and foundation in your deepest truth. And when you say it, follow through and do the best you can in order to make that happen. And it's okay, you don't have to be perfect, you don't have to strive for perfection, or don't expect that you're gonna mess up and stumble or fail, fall over, not gonna be able to follow through for some reason. But at least you don't abandon yourself in that. Because now you recognize that when you abandon yourself, you are diminishing your life energy. You are saying to yourself that you are not worthy, that you are not capable, that you are not one to be trusted. You are replaying that scenario and story in your own mind, in your head. And then every time you do abandon yourself, you'll feed yourself into that loop. So, I guess this video is more about the abandonment wound that can occur. And you know, I don't know exactly your story and where you're coming from, or how this abandonment relates to you, or how the shadows plays out in your life. I do recognize that in my own life it comes from my relationship to my mom and dad, and how I wasn't given the kind of support and love that I needed when I was a kid. I learned some traits that if I show up and be fully myself, then I will be rejected, I will be abandoned. So it would be better not to give all of myself. I will protect myself, because it is a protective mechanism from getting that hurt again, like because it hurt too much for it to be felt again. Also, there was an installation of shame happening at the same time era, that it's shameful to be fully me, because if I'm bringing my all of me in a full sense, then again I will be rejected, shoved away, ridiculed. So I thought it was something wrong with me. I thought it was something wrong with my energy and my power, and I started to shame it. I started to diminish every time that I felt excitement, every time that I felt joy, pleasure, arousal, all these enhancing energies that it was flashing through me. I started to shame it because I thought that is wrong. I don't know if it's from family constellations, or if it's from cultural society, perhaps a good mix of them all. And we are all being born into this system that we are not supported enough to deal and handle these things as we are growing up. We just all of a sudden grow up and we're supposed to know how to handle this life, right? And we sit here, I sit here with the sun in my face, and I question, how I can bring all of me into the spaces I enter without shaming myself, without abandoning myself. So it's about slowing down, being aware of the impulses to do one thing, the impulses to act and react. Because most of the time when the unconscious is at play, the impulses is driven from that protective ego that wants to do everything it can in order to protect the status quo. So slowing down and noticing the impulses is an essential step, and then listening deeply into what is my truth in this moment. What do I truly want to bring? What do I want to say? How do I want to feel, act? Any of these, it's important to do in order to acknowledge the shadows that are. And it's always gonna be with us, so it's not gonna like magically disappear. It has shaped this whole character, this whole identity is formed from those protective mechanisms and creative adjustments that we did in order to survive in our upbringing. So it's a part of who we are, and acknowledging this makes it more integrated. I can look at my shadows now, and I would invite them in for a dance. I can see some demons kicking in there and whispering in my ears, and I say hello. I don't invite them in on the party anymore. Perhaps consciously I will play with some demons every now and then. Rock their boats, rock their world. Because I want to bring some bridge between the heaven and hell, and sit here in between and just be this and that. Lucifer Jesus, huh? And bring in the light and the love with the darkness, the wings and the horns. All the aspects of creation can be channeled through and expressed through this character right here. So with that, I wish you a wonderful day and happy shadow work. You are doing great. Wish you peaceful time ahead.